Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 15, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the euro dipping below 1 to the US dollar for the first time since 2002. But first, looking at the major economic events of the day at 2:30 South African time out of the United States, monthly core retail sales number coming out. And then at 4 p.m. out of the United States as well, we have consumer sentiment number coming out. Now, this is really an important number because it kind of values the consumer confidence in the markets right now. Now, looking first at the Forex symbols, the British pound followed the euro lower. While looking at the indices, the Dow Jones had a massive V formation, returning itself over 600 points after tanking 500 points. NASDAQ relatively still strong. In terms of commodities, gold and oil continue to retrace. Looking at the stocks, Apple remains strong. And lastly, in terms of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin gaining above 20,000 to 500. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at that euro trade, and it dipped to 99.60-ish level and then finding itself above it. So, we're getting back into levels where we haven't been. Okay, look at the volatility. Look at that drop from 1053 down to 1003. And that's a big retracement. I mean, altogether for the euro since last summer to this summer, I mean, it's over 2,500 pips on the downside. So really an amazing retracement there, but capitulating yesterday below 99. Now that's not a good sign. Even though it closed the day above that one parity, it's still not a very good sign. Now looking at the GBP USD, also followed lower to 1770. We get a little bit more buoyancy here than we did in the euro. Now looking as how far we can go, I mean, we could go to 115-ish level, okay, and that would put us in the pandemic-ish levels where we were trading about 2 years ago. Now jumping into commodities, gold tracing lower to 1709, right there on supportish level. If you look at it, 1715 is really supportish level and just breaking below it. Keep an eye on this because if it does break it, then we'd have to go back down to the 1624-ish level. But this is significant support as we've had previously on several occasions, specifically of last year right there, and this was point of contention as well. So keep that in mind as this unfolds later today. Now looking at crude oil, dipping to $91 a barrel. Amazing, okay? Still unrest there, but keep in mind that it's breaking that moving average. If it does close below it, that's something to contend with as it makes that correction. Now looking at the Dow Jones, look at this massive V formation we had yesterday. Look at that. It's a sell-off from 31,000 down to 30,000-ish level, and then coming right back up, okay, to 30,669. So altogether, making back some real estate, but showed some weakness after JP Morgan came out with their non-buyback policy on their stocks right now. Now looking at the NASDAQ, didn't trade lower. So I'm retaining some strength here, at least from now. Okay, so keep in mind that this is happening as well. Now looking at the individual stocks, first looking at Apple, trading to 148.61, a nice little pivot upwards. On a $5 move, that's pretty decent, okay? Very decent, and it has some decent volume backing it up. Now we do have corporate earnings for this as the end of the month goes clear, so keep that in mind. Now looking at Facebook, traded lower to 158. So far we've been trading almost on our lows for the year, okay, but it could further go down if it does break that 140-ish level. Now looking at Microsoft, didn't give us that buoyancy like Apple did, so a little bit disconcerting here as it's consolidating at this bottom move. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, trading at 20,500. We're between these two ranges, right? So keep in mind that this is still trading within the range. In a 4-hour chart, we do have a 200-point moving average, and we're right there at that resistance-ish level. If we look at a daily, it gives us a little bit more of a perspective of how much we're consolidating here. Now, we had that before where we consolidated and then we broke lower. So this may happen again, right? When we consolidate, in a couple of weeks we trade lower. Could be, but keep an eye on it, okay? Because this is definitely something that could break out on the downside as well. So keep an eye on it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.